So, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Our today's topic is thyroid disorders, pharmacotherapy. When there is disorders of thyroid, how it can be treated. So, we'll learn today according to that. You can see in the two pictures, thyroid gland, and there is a inflammation of the thyroid gland. Further, you know about this one that the largest endocrine gland located inferior to leukoid cartilage. It's a butterfly-shaped organ comprising of two lobes dexter right and lobes sinister left. It weighs 18 to 16 grams in adults. Histologically, it is made up of follicular and parafollicular cells. Its function is to produce thyroid hormones and also produce calcitonin. You have learned, you know these pictures about the anatomy of thyroid glands, how it shapes. You have better learned in your physiology and anatomy classes about the thyroid glands. And it's very delicate anatomy of this thyroid gland is over there. You already know this one. Just to overview this, what shape of thyroid gland is. Now, thyroid of two types. One is hyperthyroidism, in which the hormone secretions are increased. Thyroid secretions or hormones are increased. Second is hypothyroidism, in which that secretions are decreased. So when there is hyperthyroidism, means it may produce Graves' disease, leads to thyroid storm, toxic thyroid nodule, and with hypothyroidism, there's Hashimoto's thyroiditis, cretinism, and myxedema, postpartum thyroiditis, subacute thyroiditis, sick thyroidisms. So these are various diseases or when there is a hyper or hypo secretion has been produced. So further we go this, if there is hyperthyroidism or thyrotoxicosis, hypothyroidism also known as thyrotoxicosis is the hypermetabolic syndrome that occurs when the production of thyroid hormone is excessive. So thyrotoxicosis is due to the increased thyroid hormone. So hyperthyroidism affects about 2% of women and about 0.1% in men. The prevalence of hyperthyroidism in older patients varies between 0.5 and 2.3%, but accounts for 10 to 15% of all thyrotoxic patients, depending on the population studies. The prevalence of hyperthyroidism. So Graves' disease is the most common cause of hyperthyroidism. Toxic autoimmune, which is a toxic autoimmune nodular goiter, both multinodular and uninodal count for a large proportion of the remaining causes. So you can see the cause of hyperthyroidism over here in this slide. It causes first Graves' disease, toxic diffuse goiter, may be caused by polymorphism in the TSH receptor, then toxic uninodular goiter, it's also known as Plummer disease, then toxic multinodular goiter, then the nodular goiter with hyperthyroidism caused by exogenous iodine, then exogenous thyroid excess through self-administration, facetious hyperthyroidism, and tumor due to thyroid adenoma, follicular carcinoma, thyrotropin secreting tumor of pituitary, anhydriform mole with secretion of a thyroid stimulating substances. There can be drug induced iodides, amiodarones, interleukins, interferon alpha, and lithium can produce hyperthyroidism. You can see these diseases in various medical books, how due to hyperthyroidism, these diseases are reported in men and women. Now, if you go for clinical and laboratory finding of hyperthyroidism, the symptoms, the heat, intolerance, गर्मी ज़्यादा लगती है, weight loss common or weight gain caused by increased appetite, जब ज़्यादा खाएंगे तो weight loss या weight gain होगा due to increased appetite, palpitations, दिल धड़कता जाता है, pedal edema, diarrhea, frequent bowel movements, amenorrhea, light menses, chance of there's tremor, weakness, fatigue, nervousness, irritability of insomnia. Physical finding में you can have thinning of hair, fine hair हो जाएंगे, proptosis, lid lag, plaque, lid retraction, stairs, emesis, conjunctivitis, periorbital edema, loss of extraocular movements, diffusely enlarged goiters, bruits, thrills, wide pulse pressure, vertebral myxedema, plumbar nails, flushed moist skin, palmar arrhythmia, brisk DTRs. So these are the various findings when there is a hyperthyroidism. Further, if you go through that laboratory findings, there's increase in TT4, increase in TT3, increase FT, FT4, increase in FT1, 3, I and FT3, suppressed TSH, TSI present, TGAB present, TPA is present, RAIU is increased to 50%, cholesterol decreased, alkaline phosphate increased, calcium increased, AST increased. You can check the abbreviations over here, but AST is denoted for aspartate amino transferase TDRs, deep tendon reflexes. FT4 is free thyroxine. FT4I is free thyroxine index. So you can see these abbreviations over here. The primary treatment option for hyperthyroidism are anti-thyroid drugs. Now, what you have to take when there is a hyper, you need anti-thyroid drugs. There are thiamides, radioiodine, and if it cannot be cured, then go for surgery. All three modalities are effective. The treatment of choice is influenced by the etiology of the hyperthyroidism, the size of the goiter, the presence of ophthalmopathy, coexisting conditions. Example, there can be angina, pregnancy, patient age, patient preference, and physician's bias have to be checked. Older patients and those with coexisting cardiac disease, ophthalmopathy, and hyperthyroidism secondary to toxic multinodular goiter are treated best with radioactive iodines. Surgery is preferable if obstructive symptoms are present or concomitant malignancy is suspected. Pregnant patients can be managed with thiamides or surgery in the second trimester. Radioactive iodine is absolutely contraindicated in pregnancy. Treatment options include surgery, radioactive iodine, or thyroid replacement therapy if necessary to correct hypothyroidism. All goitrogens should be removed if possible. L-thyroxine suppression therapy is no longer recommended because the danger from supraphysiologic dosage of T4, example is osteoporosis, and the potential for cardiac arrhythmia outweigh the benefits. Now you can see in this table treatment for hyperthyroidism. First, the modality. The primary treatment is given with thiamides. The drug is methimazole. The drug is methimazole is given. Dose is available in 5 to 10 milligram tablets and also available in rectal suppository. You can read when I'll send you uh, this lecture. You can read in this slide over there. Then there is modality, the PTU, 50 milligrams tablets. They can be given with rectal formulation, and drug dose is there over there, 100 to 200 milligrams per oral, and mechanism action you can read over there. Then toxicity may cause hepatitis. Indication you can see over there. The treatment for hyperthyroidism. Then go for surgery. Preoperative preparations with iodides, thiamides, or beta blockers before surgery. So there can be specific operative agents. There can be near total thyroidectomy. You can read this one when I'll send you this in your lectures. Then radioactive iodine. So radioactive isotope can be given 80 to 100 micro. I think this is curie is per gram because radioactives are measures in curies. Thyroid tissues average dose is 10 millicurie, whatever it is can be. So this can be radioactive. Isotopes can be given. Then can be added and adjuncts to primary usage. Iodides can be added and beta blockers can be added. And iodides, lugol iodine solution can be given, and beta blockers mostly propranolol or equivalent beta blockers. Mostly propranolol is given in treatment of hyperthyroidism. So you can see the dose of propranolol is 10 to 40 milligrams per oral, and similar is what its mechanism actions, what its toxicity, and what its indication. Further treatment of hyperthyroidism you can have calcium channel blockers. Diltiazem can be used 120 milligrams per oral, and in the last, corticosteroids can also be added with prednisone or equivalents. So corticosteroids 50 to 140 milligram per oral can be given in divided doses. You can read its mechanism actions, its toxicity and indications for treatment for hyperthyroidism. Now, thyrotoxicosis, it's a grave disease, the most common form, hypermetabolic clinical syndrome. So what it do? Resulting from serum elevation of thyroid hormone level T3 and T4. Causes are Graves' disease, multinodular goiter, and toxic adenoma. So what is a Graves' disease? It's an autoimmune disease. Female and male ratio is 5 to 1 or 10 to 1. It has a strong hereditary component. Diagnosis is mainly made by the symptoms. You can see symptom of Graves' syndrome. So what happens in this? Skin is warm and moist. Palms are warm, moist, and abramic and palmous nails are seen. Pretibial myxedema, alopecia, and vitiligo. Severe cases, proptosis may be seen. Excessive sweating and heat intolerance. Severe symptoms, palpitation, CCF isolated, systolic hypertension. There can be metabolic symptoms, weight loss, despite of increase in appetite. So as I told you previous, the symptom of hyperthyroidism, the same are in the Graves' syndromes. The GIT symptoms, hyperdefecation at the bowels movement is more exacerbate, bronchial asthma, CNS symptoms, nervousness, irritability, tremors, insomnia, proximal muscles weakness, in females, amenorrhea, oligomenorrhea, in males, impotence and loss of libido. Eye sign. There can be one Graves sign, dead leg, the Joffre's sign, absence of wrinkling of forehead and looking up, Stelwick sign, decreased frequency of blinking, the Rempress sign, red retraction exposing the upper sclera, this Mobius sign, absence of convergence. You can see this before when and after when there is a Graves syndrome. Left leg is thyrotoxicosis. You can see the upper lip and lower. So there were symptoms of Graves syndrome. So how to do investigations? check T3 and T4 levels. Then thyroid uptake of radioiodine can be checked. Presence of antibodies, TSH receptors antibodies, antimicrostromal antibodies can be checked. And then CT orbit thyroid scan can be done. How to do manage could be preventive treatments. Similarly, you have to take the medication as per this. For immediate control, with propranolol 40 milligram. This is for long-term control. You can take antithyroid drugs, carbimazole 15 milligrams twice a day initially, and then reducing it to 5 milligram twice a day for 12 to 18 months. Radioiodine ablations post-menopausal women and elderly women can take. In recurrence following surgery has to be done. Given to fertile women, conception postponed to 1 year. Then they go for surgery if there is a presence of large goiter. Poor drug compliance over there. Exophthalmos corticosteroids can be given. Tresopapathy, tresopaphy, then orbital decompressions for cardiac arrhythmia, beta blockers. In euthyroid state, cardioversion is done over there. So for multinodal goiters, it is due to excess production of thyroid hormone from functioning autonomous thyroid nodules, which do not require the stimulation from TSH. So further they go, second common causes occur in individuals over 60 years of age, and females are mostly affected with multinodular goiters. The symptoms, large goiter with or without tracheal compressions. Goiter is a nodular or lobulated, often palpable. Large goiters cause medicinal compression with stridus dysfunction, obstruction of superior vena cava, and hoarseness. The treatment of small goiter, for no treatment, annual review has to be checked. For large goiters, partial thyroidectomy can be done. A radioactive 131 isotope can be given. Recurrence is common after 12 to 20 years. So untreated hyperthyroidism can progress to thyroid storm, a life-threatening form of hyperthyroidism characterized by exaggerated symptoms of thyrotoxicosis and the acute onset of higher fever. So thyroid storm is it's a rare but life-threatening sudden severe exacerbation of hyperthyroidism causes precipitated by stress or infection with either unrecognized thyrotoxicosis or inadequate treated thyrotoxicosis. Following subtotal thyroidectomy of the radioactive iodine can be given. Trauma, pregnancy, and emotional stress is there. Now, symptom elevation of temperature, increase in heart rate, irritables, delirious, comatose, they may cause hypotension, vomiting, and diarrhea. How to manage? Treatment started immediately with propranolol 80 milligrams, 6 hours orally. Potassium iodide also added 60 milligrams daily. Carbimazole is also given 60 to 120 milligrams daily. Then they go for dexamethasone, 2 milligrams per 6 hour IV. Their fluid replacement has to be added. and if needed, antibiotics can be suggested. So thyroid function tests are essential to confirm the presence of thyroid disorders, but can be altered by acute and chronic illness and certain drugs. Thyrotropin is the most accurate indicator of euthyroidism. Thyroid hormones deficiency can cause a goiter and hypothyroid symptoms, including myxedema, coma, heart failure, and hyperlipidemia. The most common cause of hypothyroidism is Hashimoto thyroiditis. We have done this, I think.